All of those things are here within this business. So I want to let you guys know this business is a solution and we are here for you. The beautiful part about this business is you got a lot of support with us. Some businesses you come in and they take your membership, they take your monthly fee, and they kind of leave you hanging. The difference with us is we are here to support. Every single person here is here to help you grow on whatever your journey is. I'm happy and grateful I joined this business. I've been able to compound accounts. I've been able to make money residually. I've been able to increase my network. On the next level, I've even been able to increase my social media presence. I was also been able to start a YouTube and become a YouTuber, giving knowledge on YouTube and bringing people in on YouTube. Some people on this call may have even came in through YouTube, and this is just an expansion of the business. This is not something that was required of me, but this is something that I pushed myself to the next level to get a greater experience as a marketer, as a businessman, and as a networker. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of information about me. If you don't know who I am, I just volunteered to be a leader in this operation because I want you all to win. Of course, I'm gonna win as well, but when we win collectively, it just makes it that much better for everybody. So I'm gonna let Ellie introduce herself so you can know a little bit about her. We're gonna get into the intro, like I said, as far as just mindset and what to expect with this business. And she's gonna get into some product training and show you guys how to use the products, how to compound, and how to get started off right with making money this week. We want you guys to profit this week and start making withdrawals every Friday. So this is the system that we're putting together for you guys. So I'll let Ellie introduce herself to you.
Hey everyone, if you can hear and see me, please drop a 4 in the chat. Drop some 4s in the chat. Drop a 444. Let's keep those angel numbers going. Let's drop that 444. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you all getting on the call tonight. This call is huge. This is something that, JMO's really passionate about, this Welcome Wednesday call. Thank you so much for offering to help out and to be on this call. Like, you guys don't understand the amount of work that this individual has done for the team, for you, right? So even if you're new, he's done so much to make sure that the newest person is welcomed and understands what's happening here. So I appreciate you for pouring into us, myself too. Being stationed in, Korea, being in the army, like serving our country, being in Korea, now in Kansas, and still doing this job full time and still being busy almost 24 hours a day. Like the other day, he was working a 24-hour shift, like that's crazy. And he still found time to help people on the team. So I'm saying all that to help you understand that, he's done so much for someone who's so busy and has so much going on. So no matter what's going on in your life, like being busy is not an excuse. Like, don't use that as an excuse that I'm busy, I'm tired, because I've never heard JMO say those words. He's always put y'all first. So thank you so much for, being on this call. So just to give you a little bit of background of myself, my name is Ellie. I'm from New York. I'm out here in Philly with some of the amazing people on the team that I've been working with, like Ray and Anthony, and just, really coming here to help impact more lives and to really create change. For about 4 years ago, I started, learning how to trade, and I really started building the business about a year and a half ago, almost about 2 to this point, or going to be 2 soon. And it's something that really, really changed my life. I did the whole college route. I did the whole, work in the corporate world, work a 9-to-5 job, find a good job. And that was something for me. I always knew the type of life I wanted to live. I knew the type of lifestyle I wanted. And I knew that I can create that. But I realized over time that working for someone wasn't going to be how I could travel how I want. It wasn't going to allow me to move when I want and to do what I want when I want, and to really live a specific type of lifestyle I've always had in mind. And I realized that early on, and I kept trying to find that and create that in the 9-to-5 world, and that just wasn't happening. And fortunate for me, I was in a position where I was able to leave my job, and then the ability to trade dropped in my lap literally a week after. And once I sat down and listened to information, just like you, whether it was a video, you got on an op call, you spoke to someone, I received the information. And once I heard it, I knew for a fact that it was going to be it. This was all I ever needed. And, for me, I always wanted to help people. I wanted to be a lawyer for so long. And I was like, how am I not going to be a lawyer anymore? I realized I didn't want to go back to school. I didn't want to put on debt, but I still wanted to help people. And I realized like I could really change a life by showing someone how to make money. because I went to school so I could get a good job to make money, but I didn't get that. My school didn't teach me that. My major didn't help me get there. The jobs that I worked at wasn't going to pay me what I needed and what I felt like I deserved. But here I could pay myself how much I want whenever I want. And that's a gift. So I'm so happy to be able to be in this position to help you, get to that level where you can live how you want, make whatever it is that you want, and to really truly be free. Like, this is the definition of freedom. Like he said, this is the solution. Our problems all start with money, and it can all be solved with Forex. And it's all going to be solved on this call. So everything we do, everything we show you, everything we put in front of your face is to help you get to the next level, not just in trading, not just in building in the business, but in your life altogether, because it's bigger than, what we do as far as trading and building the business. Is much bigger than that. And the more you continue to plug in and get on these calls, the more you're going to understand and see exactly what I'm talking about. So that's all I really wanted to share right now. So JMO, back to you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. And it's funny that she has so many great things to say about me, but Ellie was somebody who, in this business, she was running op calls with Rhonda back to back to back to back to back every day. And I'm like, man, how do they do this? How do they do this and trade? How do they elevate themselves to the next level to keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing? And she's one of the people who showed me the standard of work ethic when I first got here. So I definitely appreciate that. Between her and Ray and Rhonda, when I first came into this business, I'm like, man, these people are pushing extremely hard. And these are the people that I want to work with. So this is definitely somebody you guys should tap into as well. If you don't know who Ellie is a great role model, mentor, great trader, great trainer, and she's definitely going to give you guys some nuggets. So I'm going to give you guys two super, super quick tips that's literally going to change your whole trading and building career even before it starts. These are things that I want you guys to know that this is your foundation, and I want you guys to keep this in your head when you're trading and building and when you're integrated in this business, because they're so, 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 so important. And it sounds so simple, but when you master these things, this is what really gets you the money. I'm gonna give you a little secret. Your trading, the actual trading, is not what really gets you the money. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you have to add to your day-to-day habits to actually attain that, and that's patience. And it might sound so simple. And I'm like, I know y'all like, what? Patience? Yes, patience. When you're trading, some of you have never traded before, but even before you get on the markets, I want to instill patience into you, because I didn't have patience when I first started. And guess what? I was screwing up left and right. And I was on the charts studying, studying, studying. I had all the knowledge. I looked at all the instructors, all the go lives. I knew every indicator, every strategy, everything, but I had no patience. And guess what? I also had no money. My pockets was moving backwards. I had all of these tools, all of these resources, and all this. So how do you have all this stuff and lose money? Because I didn't have patience. So I want you guys to realize it's going to take patience when it comes to trading. When it comes to waiting on your move, like literally, that those three words are going to make you millions of dollars. Just wait on your move. If you've never traded before, when you first get on your broker account on your pocket options or whatever you got, if it's regular Forex, if it's HFX, whatever it is, just wait on your move. It's okay. It's something called FOMO, fear of missing out. This will make you lose a bunch of money because you might feel like you missed out on your move, or you might try to get in your move too early because you want to be ahead of the game. Get your confirmations, wait on your signals, have patience, take a deep breath. And let's say you do miss a move. Let's say you thought it was going to be a buy and it skyrockets. Don't feel bad. These moves happen every single minute, every single day in the market. So you'll never miss out on nothing. Take a deep breath, have patience. If you take a loss, don't take it personally. Be very robotic with this trading. And I promise you, if you ask any experienced trader, these are the most valuable words I can tell you, because we want you guys to make money within the first 72 hours of trading. We want you guys profiting, and we want you guys withdrawing. We want you guys to get the proof, right? Once you get the proof, you're going to want to tell people. And this is what leads us into the next portion of this mindset piece. So the patience is going to help you with the trading. It's actually going to make you millions of dollars. Trust me. I promise you. Patience is going to make you $1 million. Now, getting out of your comfort zone. This is the second portion. When you decide to get out of your comfort zone, this is when you grow. When you grow, you're going to be more uncomfortable with talking to people and telling people about the business. Now, some people came into this business and they maybe wasn't crazy about the building portion. You know what I'm saying? We have a building portion, which is a network marketing portion where we get paid to let people know about the business. And a lot of times people come in and say, well, you know what? I don't really know about everything to tell people. Well, guess what? This is why we have these product trainings for you. What we want to do is get you a result, and then you could just showcase the result. And then whoever puts you on this business, they can do the talking for you. Now, the reason why this is valuable is because we want you guys to make a lot of money, right? Now we're going to teach you guys how to compound, but if you were guys were to build and get another income from the company and have the company pay you, let's say you hit the rank of P1000, P2000, you get an extra 1,000 to 2,000 a month, and actually we get paid every week. Guess what you guys can do with that? You can put it in your trading account. So now you're not coming out of your pocket risking your funds. You can risk the company's funds and compound and flip that. But this all comes out of getting uncomfortable, not being shy to speak to people, to speak about the business. If you are the type of person that can't talk to people, let this be the opportunity where you get out of your comfort zone and you start talking to people. If you're not the type of person to shake hands and meet people at random events and make friends and do events yourselves and have company at your house, let this be the opportunity to do so. Because at the end of the day, we all came from money. We all came for financial freedom. It's not too people I know, not too many rich people, not too many wealthy people, not too many famous people I know that are still stuck in their shell, in their comfort zone that's making money. Every person I know, Nick, that's making money decided to take the leap of faith in several different things, as far as speaking, as far as doing events, as far as hosting. I can tell you every person I know in this business, they're speaking, they're doing events, they're meeting new people every day, and they're continuously reinventing themselves to get uncomfortable. So those are the two pieces. Patience is going to make you millions of dollars in the market, and getting out of your comfort zone is going to have you grow and build your team. I want you guys to hold those two things near and dear to your heart, because I guarantee you these are going to be your foundation of success. Now, we got two types of people on this call. We got the new people, and we got the people that have been here for a while. So for the new people, if you've been in this business for a month or less, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat box. If you've been in the business for a month or longer, drop a 2, because I'm gonna have a message for the new people and the old people. So new people, okay, Portia, welcome. Kwame, welcome. All right. Diego, you old. We don't care about you. Where's the new people at? I'm messing with you, brother. But where's some ones that I want to make sure I speak with the new people and take care of the new people. Linda, welcome. And I love seeing these new names, because every new person is just an elevation of our whole business. Tweety, I don't know who you are, but Rhonda be showing you so much love. So you must be a superstar, wherever you are. So look, for all of the ones, if you guys want to turn on your camera, we try to, communicate and not be shy. Turn on your camera. I want to speak to you. I want to get some feedback from the new people on why exactly you joined the business. So yeah, superstar Tweety. Now you got it. Now I'm gonna put you on blast. Now you got to talk. Since you talking crazy in the chat, we're gonna put you on blast, superstar. So actually, I want to talk to Tweety. Where's she at? I need to see.
I'm
Tweety.
right here.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. You gotta turn on that camera though.
Oh, hold on. Let me go, because my room is dark. I have the light
Okay.
on. I'm a dark child.
All right, Tweety. So look, we got future Chairman Tweety on the line, and she's about to tell y'all what made her join the business. I'm really interested in seeing what got y'all interested, what made y'all make the move, because so many people come to the business and they're like, I don't got the money, I don't got the time, it's too confusing, this and that. But you guys made a decision. You guys made that first step to be great. We all made that step to be great. But for the new people, I just want to know, what made you take the leap? What kind of conversation did you have with your mentorship? What are you looking to get out of this? So I'm just trying to get to know, you guys a little bit better. So let me know what you about, Miss Tweety.
Okay. So, hey, everybody. I'm going to tell you, and it's going to sound sad, but I don't need y'all to pity me. I used to sit and help my whole family, through health crises and everything. And in the last 7 years, Ray will tell you, I sat on Ray for like 8 to 9 months, because I'm looking at him like, yeah, right. I hear this stuff all the time. I see things. I'm a very researchable person. And I also, just don't jump just because somebody came at me about money. That's not me. I don't care. I have to make sure that it's legit. I have to be comfortable with it. And he'll tell you I'm kind of like an empath. But for the last 7 years, I've lost 12, 13 family members, okay? Including my parents, a niece, all my uncles, and everything. So I'm kind of feeling like an orphan. So this is like, I'm only 44, so yeah. I've been through it, and he's been there and he talks to me. He's never, ever, ever tried to cram this down my throat. He mentioned it to me when he first approached me 8 or 9 months ago, and then he left it alone. And I'm like, okay. So every once in a while, he'll come back and check and say, "Hey, Miss Tweety, how you doing?" And I'll just keep it real with him because I'm telling y'all, I'm on an emotional roller coaster. So it's like each month has been an emotional roller coaster, even up until now. Next month is Mother's Day, and it's also my father's birthday the day after Mother's Day. So I've been trying to, take it day by day. And I'm like a very strong person, but even strong people get weak. And then I turn around and I just out of nowhere said, why don't I ever invest in myself? Like I give people advice all daggone day, and they'll tell you my stuff is deep. Like I have to get it out when it comes to me. But I never look at myself. And one thing my mother told me before she passed away was, you can't hide behind me anymore. You have to take care of yourself. So I have nobody to hide behind, and I'm right here by myself. So I have to, start looking at me. There's nobody else there. My son is 23. He's on doing his thing. So it was time to take care of me. So I said, you know what, Ray? I said, I think I'm ready to check this out. And ever since about a month, about 28 days ago, that's what I've been doing, trying to like invest in myself. And I go to school for software development. So yeah, I'm gonna figure something out with that too. But that's me.
Hey, that's a super dope story. See, and this is the reason why I love this call, so people can actually see this and feel this, man. This business is more than money. We had a series that me and Ray used to do called "The Truth About Forex." You know what I'm saying? We like to say the truth about Forex is deeper than Forex. Like this community really ain't even about Forex. It's about us. It's about how we build, how we grow, how we network, and how we get whatever it is we want to get out of this world. But the beautiful part, Ms. Tweety, about what you said is you gave a great example for you and Ray on the two things I talked about. Patience. Ray followed up with you for 8 months and he wasn't hounding you, and he prospected correctly. Ray is one of the best recruiters, prospectors, trainers in this organization. He studies all the greats and he does it right. Yeah, I see this man push himself every day. And the fact that you went on that journey with him for 8 months and told him no and no and no, and he remained persistent. This is showing all of you guys. When somebody tells y'all no, y'all don't go in the corner and cry, because you don't have to take it personal. Sometimes people just ain't ready. But if you get the
Oh, he's on his way. I did message him and tell him we're on a call. He said he's driving, but he'll get on in a minute.
okay. But yeah,
So,
so with that patience, like I'm gonna tell you guys right now, you guys are gonna reach out to people and say, hey, you should join my trading business. And they're gonna be like, no, it's a scam. It's stupid. I'm not ready. I don't got the money. I don't got this. I don't got that. You don't gotta take it personal. We still building with people, even when they tell you no, which they will. I'm giving you guys mentally prepared right now. Trust me, y'all gonna see in like 6 months, y'all gonna be like, man, that stuff J-Mo was talking about on that Welcome Wednesday, it's all happening. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. They gonna tell you no, you're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna be like, you know what, I don't wanna build no more. I want you, I want you guys to know to take the emotion out of it, be patient, continue to follow up, and just give value. That's it, because it might not be the right time. Miss Tweety's gonna come in this business and take off. I could hear it in her voice and her energy, right? Ray could have said, forget her. And somebody else could have picked her up on another team and she became chairman and made somebody else's whole organization blow up. But Ray remained patient. Patience, patience, patience. Patience will change your life and patience will make you millions of dollars. So look, I'm not gonna talk y'all ears off because I really just enjoy giving y'all the sauce in the game. I want y'all to know y'all can feel free to hit me up about whatever. This is a family and I want to build. I want to see everybody make money. I want to see everybody hit their goals and live their dreams through this business. So my Instagram is at Mercer Millions. So I'll go ahead and drop that in the chat for you guys, at Mercer Millions. I'm actually on all social media outlets. Feel free to follow me on YouTube as well. You can just search Mercer Millions. I didn't have a YouTube before this business. Rhonda, the person that put me onto this business, she pushed me to get out of my comfort zone and make a YouTube, because guess what? I was shy and I didn't like to talk to people. So you know what she did? She said, make a YouTube. Do what you need to do to get out of that zone. And now I'm a YouTube monster. Now I'm over here giving y'all value and showing y'all love. If I can make a YouTube and speak on these calls, y'all can, because trust me, guys. Y'all didn't see the other version of JMO or Mercer, or whatever you want to call me, but I didn't like talking to people. I was a super recluse, super in my box. Like, let me just be in my space. And now I'm spreading love to everybody. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to the GOAT, Ellie. because she got some strategies that's literally guaranteed going to make you money. I repeat, she has some strategies that's guaranteed to make you money if you follow the instructions and have patience, follow the compound plan, use the tools, listen to your mentorship, listen to people who've been here for a little while. I've been here for a year plus. Ellie been here for a year plus. We know what you're gonna go through. We know these tools. We know these products. So I don't want you guys just to know the products and make money. I want you guys to be able to teach and duplicate the system. This is a great system that we have. I got out of my comfort zone and now I can teach and help. I want you guys to learn the system, make money, and be able to teach and help. And I promise you, whatever dream you want to accomplish with this business, especially if it's financial freedom, this is the blueprint. Learn it, get a result, and then reduplicate, teach it, share it, bring other people into the business, and we do the same thing all over again. So with that being said, I have Ellie about to drop some gems, some knowledge, and some info. I hope you guys got your pen and your pad together, and she's gonna show you how to get to the money.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much, JMO. That was amazing. I hope you guys are really listening to what JMO had said and just really taking notes and taking that into consideration. Like having that patience counts a lot on the charts, right? You're not going to learn everything overnight, but the goal is to get you there, within a certain time frame. But remember, how much you put in is what you get out. You treat this like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby, right? So take it seriously. In the demo account, please take it seriously. Like it's going to make such a difference in how you learn, how you do everything. So before we really get into this training, right, I want to show you this flyer, right? Because this is in the group. So everything that we're learning today, we do it together as a team collectively. If you've been on these trade sessions, then you're already aware, you got a little bit of taste, right? So every Tuesday, we're going to be going over traditional Forex, FRX, which we're going to go into first. Right. And you're going to see the difference as we're going through it. On Thursdays, we are going to be covering HFX. So if you're doing, money in minutes type of sessions, you're doing those time-based tradings, we're doing those on Thursday. I know majority of people on this call are more so HFX traders, which will be doing that trading together tomorrow. So anything I explained to you today, right, understand that we will be going over it tomorrow. We'll be trading live so you can ask more questions there. I'm going to do a nice little walkthrough just to help you understand. So JMO highlighted something that's really important. Learn to teach, right? The keyword or the key phrase, better to say, right? Learn, right, is going to bring you to IM.center. We're going to scroll down. We're going to click on strategies. Strategies is going to take us out, right? And it's going to allow us to pick. We're going to start off with harmonics. Right? So I already got the harmonics open. So I'm going to go right here. So the harmonic scanner, for those of you who don't know, I hope you have your pen and paper, guys. Now we're going to be doing this call weekly, but I want you to take it seriously every single week. How you do one thing is how you do everything, right? How you do one thing is how you do everything. So the harmonic scanner, to give you a brief understanding of what this scanner is designed to scan the market. Right? It scans the market and is giving us a trade idea setup. So basically it's doing all the work for us. So this is traditional Forex trading. This is traditional Forex trading where we are having to plug in entries, right? So we're trading this on your phone, right? You could potentially do this on a computer. So you either have downloaded MT4, right? That's the app we're trading through, and your broker is Hugo's Way. Right? It's one of these brokers over here, this drop down. You might have Trader's Way. You might have one of these, right? But a majority of us who trade FRX in the group have Hugo's Way, KOT, right? We discussed this yesterday. And so we are plugging in numbers. So what we're doing is saying from where we enter the market and where we exit, we're catching a certain amount of moves. And based off of the moves that we catch, we're going to make money, right? So I'm going to get into that a little bit more when we get to the compound plan. But what I want you to understand about the scanner is it scans the market and is giving us the trade setup idea. So it's already telling us where we need to enter. We have this green line here. Yes, we have 2 entries. That's possible. They're both good, right? Which one is better? They are both good entries. So we have our entry, we have our stop, right? This is known as our stop loss. What does that mean? The stop loss means in the event I'm losing a trade, because we know that nothing is 100%. We know that with trading, there's risk involved. So what that means is you can potentially lose the trade. Correct. If you have the HFX package, you may not be able to see this. If you have the elite package, you do have access to the harmonics. If you want access to the harmonic scanner, you can always add on the scanner alone. Thank you so much, Muriel, for that. So if anything, if you need assistance with that, make sure to get back to whoever got you started so that you're able to add on the harmonic scanner. So with that being said, you have your entry, right? So that's where we're going to be entering the trade, which means that if this is our entry, when the market reaches this point, it will now enter us in the trade. Now we are having the opportunity to make money. In the event the trade does not go our way, we have this red line known as our stop loss. And it means just that I want to stop losing. I don't want to lose any more money. I want to stop losing. So it will hit this mark and it will take us out the trade. And you get to dictate that amount. Now we have our TPs. This is known as our take profit, right? And that means just that. When the market reaches this point, I want to take my profit, right? I want to take my profit. But what we're gonna do now with this scanner is we're gonna take this scanner from about an 84% accuracy rate, a little bit closer to 100%, right? Nothing is 100%, but we can definitely get there closer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add an amazing method on top, right? It's known as the X factor, right? The X factor is gonna help increase your accuracy. Yes, the X factor is gonna help you increase your accuracy and is going to give you the ability to enter the trades at a much better point. So for those of you, right, quick segue out, I want you to understand that the X Factor video is in the resource folder. Anything and everything you need is in the resource folder. So I want you to see, right? I'm in the Trade Talk section, going to select resource and videos. It is the last video added here. This video, right? Easy Forex trading strategy for beginners 2021. Make sure to watch that video and take notes. It's going to give you a nice extra information to help make it a lot faster, but I'm gonna walk you simply through it, but make sure to check out that video. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look for the X Factor setup. So a part of the X Factor setup is that we need to spot the X, right? So the X is right here, right? You see this X? If you see an X, drop a 7. If you see the X that I'm hovering over, I want you to drop a 7 in the chat. All right, I wanna make sure you guys are awake, you're paying attention, right? If you're confused, you need me to slow down, let me know. Right? There's an X right here. So we're all looking at the X right now. That's step one. We open up the harmonic scanner, right? We got our time frame over here. I know a lot of people don't understand what the harmonic scanner looks like, so I'm going to break down some of the things we're looking at. We have M15, that means we're looking at the 15-minute chart. M30, 30 minutes. H is an hour, so that's 1 hour, 4 hour. We got the day on the far left, right? Under that is the brokers I was telling you. Right now we're looking at Hugo's Way because I know majority of people use that. And then we have our pairs. The top, right, is the newest strategy. The bottom setup, the bottom has the older ones. So they're most likely completed setups. So we're gonna be looking at that as we go, right? So keep it very simple. I wanna keep it very simple. So step one, we open up the harmonic scanner. We're looking for the X, boom, right? So we're gonna take a horizontal line. We're gonna put it on the X. We wanna know, is X, where is X in position, right? In relation to D, right? We need this, for this example, right? Entries at the top, take profit is at the bottom. We're looking at a sell, right? Why is that? Because we're looking for the market to go down. Take profit is where we want to make our money. And so we need price to fall down. So we're looking at a sell. Because we're looking at a sell, we want X to be lower than D. So I want you to look at where X is positioned, and I want you to look at where D positioned. Is X higher or lower? Drop a H if you see X higher, drop a L if you see X is lower, right? So X is in black, and I'm gonna put D in this bright color so you can see the difference. Is X higher than D or is X lower than D? Okay, yes, X is currently higher than D. This is a sell setup. So step one, find X. Step two, when we're looking at a sell, we want X to be lower than D. So we don't want X to be up here. We actually want X to be lower than D. So this doesn't work. We're not even gonna look at it. I'm not even gonna continue. We're gonna go to another pair, right? We're gonna go to another pair. Awesome. This is looking at like a good setup. So again, we opened a new setup, right? We just went to the second pair on this list. Where's X in relation to D? We're gonna put our horizontal line on X, right? I'm gonna make it black for you. And then I'm gonna put a purple horizontal line where D is, right? We wanna see where is X in relation to D, right? Is X lower than D, right? Put a L if you see X is lower than D. Put a H if you see X higher than D. Is X lower than D? Awesome, we got L, we got one L, we got another L. Yes, when we're looking for the sell, if X is higher than D, go to the next pair, right? This is specifically for a sell setup. If X is higher than D in the sell, we're gonna ignore it. So awesome. We open up the harmonic scanner, we're looking for X. Is X lower than D? Yes. Why? For the sell setup, we want the market to go down, but we want X to be closer to take profit, right? That's another great way for you to see it. We want X to be closer to take profit than D, right? The X is closer to the take profit than D. Awesome. This is the setup we're going to take. So now what's going to happen is X is going to be your entry. I know the harmonic scanner gave us green lines for entry. We're going to ignore that right now. We're going to take X as our entry. So now this black line here is going to be your entry. So for those of you looking at this, right, this setup is completed because the market has dropped down to all our take profits. So this is not a trade you can currently take. But if this trade did not hit all our take profits, this is a trade we would be taking. So X will now be our new entry, right? So we would just make this our entry, right? We would make this our entry. And then what we're gonna do is you can use take profit 1 as your take profit 2 as your take profit, or you could use take profit 3, right? You can use whichever take profit you want, but just understand the first take profit has a higher accuracy rate to for the market to reach it than take profit 3, right? So is the market going to go to take profit 3? Eventually, but it's gonna hit take profit 1 first. And we know, like Rhonda explained, if everyone was on the call yesterday, the market doesn't move in one straight direction, right? It's going to go up and down, as you see on this screen. So there's a great chance it can come to take profit 1 and pull all the way back up before coming to 3. Now, we don't want it to pull all the way back up because we have our stop loss in place. And if it hits our stop loss, it's going to take us out the trade, right? So if you put take profit 1 as your take profit, the likelihood of it reaching it and closing you out in profit is much higher, right? Much greater than picking take profit 3. So what we're gonna do now is I want you to see from entry to take profit 1, that's 9 pips, right? We see it says 91, but that's really 9. If you don't understand why it's reading 9, I need you to make sure to go back to the academy, finish the videos in your academy, right? And it's going to explain to you how to calculate moves in the market. Now, take profit 2 is 20 pips. Take profit 3 is 38 pips. So in the traditional Forex, each move is worth a certain amount. So if you decided that each move was going to be worth $1, you could have made $38 off of this trade, right? And X would have been our entry, right? Take profit 3 would have been your take profit. You would have made $38 because you would have just copied all this in. And as you can see, it didn't take us too long. It took us a couple of minutes, right? If I wasn't doing all that explanation, it would probably be less than a minute, to be honest. So now I know for some of you, you're wondering, okay, what about the stop loss? Now you can use the original stop loss, but I want you to do though is keep your stop loss tight. So let's see, right? This is our entry. The market didn't pull back at all. From where we entered, the market never went back, right? The market never went back. So we would have went straight into profit and closed out and made all this money. However, in the event it would have pulled back, we would have done about a 10 to 20 pip stop loss. Now let's look at 20 pips. 20 pips would be right here, right? It would be this first green line that we have here as our entry. This would have been our take profit. The market never pulled back to that point, which means that we would not have gotten closed out the trade. We actually would have went straight into profit and made money. So when you're using the scanner, you can use the original stop loss, but to be safer, use a 10 to 20 pip stop loss. If you do not know how to calculate your pips, I need you to go back to the academy. I need you to watch your videos and watch how to calculate pips and how to count them, right? Because that's going to be very important. You don't want to put in the wrong number and now you're risking 100 pips, right? Or 1 pip versus 10 because you have your numbers wrong. So now what I want to show you is how to use your compound plan along with this, right? How we're going to use our compound plan to make sure that we are increasing our profits, right, at a good, comfortable rate. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back into our Discord. Why? Because the Discord has everything that we need in the resource folder. Every single thing you need to find is in the resource folder. So we're going to look at this right now, right? If everyone can see the screen, please drop a 3 in the chat. I want to make sure you can all see this. It says Harmonic Pip Plan. It might be a little blurry, but I will read it for you. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, guys. So this Harmonic Pip Plan is going to help you to grow your account, right? It's a safe way for you to grow your account a little bit faster. So your first trade, right? This is if you're starting with a $50 account, what you're going to do is your first trade will be 0.05, which is 50 cents. 0.05 is 50 cents. What that means is each move in the market is going to be worth 50 cents. So in that example that we had, right? If we are doing trades, right? Our trade that we entered here to take profit 3 was 38 pips, right? 39 pips. So in the event each move was worth 50 cents, how much money would we have made on this trade? Someone drop it in the chat. $39 moves, 50 cents. Yes, thank you, Muriel. $19.50 is correct. We would have made $19.50 off of our first trade had we used that compound plan, right? Awesome, right? So our take profit would only have been 20 pips though. So we could have made $19.50, but if we were only going for 20 pips, we would have just ended right here at take profit 2. Right? 50 cents a move. We would have collected those 20 pips. And why 20 pips is very safe. The market is going to push a good 10 to 20 pips guarantee almost when it breaks out before potentially pulling back. So collecting an easy 20 is much more secure than trying to go for more. So sometimes we have to realize we cannot be greedy. This is a part of patience. You got to learn not to be greedy in the market. Yes, we may have wanted all 38 pips, but all you need is 20. All you need is a steady 20 pips every day. And you can go from $50 to $2,000 in 20 days. In 20 days. And this is if you're taking one trade every day. So imagine if you were able to take 2 trades a day, you can cut this into 10 days, right? So at 20 pips, that's how much you're making, right? You would have a $10 profit. It's going to bring you from $50 to 60. So you would be gradually increasing. Now your stop loss is going to stay at a 10 to 20 pip risk. Why? Because we want to keep our risk small, right? That risk to reward ratio is really important. You don't want to risk $100 on a trade just to gain $1. That's not worth it. If I'm risking $100 on a trade, I need to gain 100 or more. Right? My risk to reward needs to make sense, right? Make it make sense. So in order for that to happen, we need to keep our stop loss tight, which is why we had a 20 pip stop loss. But with this example, we would have been great, right? It would not have touched our stop loss. We would have made money on our first day trading and we would be on track for our plan. So let's find another setup, right? Let's see if we can find the buy setup for everyone for this, right? We have X here, we got D. X is lower than D, but we need X to be closer to our take profit. Why? Because we're looking at a buy setup. How do I know we're looking at a buy setup? Entries at the bottom, take profit is at the top, right? Entries at the bottom, take profit is at the top. We're looking for a buy because we want the market to go up to our direction. So we need X to be closer to our take profit. And right now, X is further away than our take profit, right? X is lower than D. We want X to be closer. So we want it to look like this, right? We want it to look like this. So we're going to keep looking for another buy setup that makes sense, right? X is lower than D for this buy. This does not work. I want to keep our time pretty good. So I'm going to just kind of click through, but this is as easy as it is, right? This is a setup I dropped a few days ago that hasn't happened. This is a perfect sell setup for the X Factor strategy. So for those of you who have the scanner or have been checking the trades in the group, this has still not activated yet. So we're just going to click through, right? Keep it very simple. You're just clicking through and you're just finding the setup. If there's none, there is none, right? We're not going to force a setup. We are not going to force a setup. So here we are, right? Entry at the bottom, take profit at the top. We are looking. Did you set a function for the setup? No, these triangles, right, is the harmonic pattern and the scanner sets it up. So I'm not setting it up. The scanner already does that. It's already putting the shape for you. All we're doing is finding the X and using that as our entry so that we have a better position in the market when we're entering at a much better time. So we have entry at the bottom, take profit at the top, right? We're looking for a buy. X is closer to take profits than D, right? We need X to be higher than D. X is closer to the take profit. So X is our entry. This setup is great. X is our entry. So essentially, take profit 1, right, is essentially our entry. So as you can see, this setup actually has not activated yet. So this setup is one that we can actually all take. So what's going to happen is once the market reaches this entry, right, when we're using the scanner, we're only using buy stops and sell stop, right? Buy stop or sell stop, which means that when the market reaches this point, we're expecting it to push into our direction. So it will now activate our trade. So we're going to put a buy stop at this entry, right? 1.07431. Right? So all we're looking for, if we're following that compound plan, we're on day 2, right? The second trade of our compound plan. We're only looking for 20 pips, right? Boom. Take profit 2 is a perfect 20 pips from our new X factor entry. So what's our stop loss? Our stop loss is going to be 10 to 20 pips. The original stop loss is 58 pips. That's way too much. We're not risking 58 pips to gain 20 pips. So we're going to bring it a 10 to 20 pip. So let's see, 20 pips is right here. That looks safe to me, right? If you wanted to do 10, 10 is about here, right? 10 is about right here, but based off of what I see the market is, I'm going for a 20 pip stop loss, right? If you want to do 10, that's fine. If you want to do 15, that's fine, right? Understand that every trade you're not going to win, but that other setup was perfect. Right? Nothing's going to be 100%, but that first setup I showed you was perfect. So this, right, is 20 pip stop loss is now going to be our new stop loss. Right? So make sure you mark it. This is going to be our new entry. If you're on this call, you feel free to take this setup, right? We're looking at AUDNZD, right? X is closer to take profit, right? It's higher than D. X is our entry. Our stop loss is a 20 pip stop loss, and we're only going for 20 pips, which means take profit 2 is your take profit, right? We're only going for 20 pips because we're following that compound plan. Yes, if we went to take profit 3, we would be making a whole 49 pips. Yes, that sounds great. But what we're doing is we're going to have discipline. We're going to have patience. And in order for us to really make money and to grow our account properly, right, what we need to do is follow the compound plan to a T, right? If you step outside the plan, you're jeopardizing your account because you're not practicing healthy habits and you're not having a structure. You don't have structure. When you do that, bad things can happen, right? Don't learn for yourself. Please don't learn the hard way. Learn from everyone else's mistakes. So follow the plan. So day 2, we would go for 0.06. What's that? 60 cents a move, right? 20 pips that we're going to catch, that's a cool $12. Our account is now going to go from $50 to 60, right? From trade 1. This is trade 2. We're going to be up $72 now, right? $72 on the plan. That's awesome. That's really good. Now, it might not seem like much. Oh, it's just $12 off a trade, just 15. I want you to understand, before you got started, you were making no money from your phone. So even if you're making $1 from your phone, you should be grateful. You should be happy. You should be excited. But understand, these $12, these $15, as your account grows, they're going to turn to $1,200 and $12,000, right? The more money you have, the more you can make. But first, you need to learn how to properly grow your account, how to compound it, and how to have discipline and patience. And that's going to take you to the moon. So this is a great setup, right? We're doing a 20 pip stop loss risk, right? 10 to 20 pip stop loss risk, and we're going for 20 pips, right? So this is the X factor. If you trade FRX, right, we're catching these moves. Each move is worth something. This is traditional style trading, which we do every Tuesday, right? 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for those of you who trade this style, awesome. If you're more interested in learning this, continue to get on those Tuesday calls, continue getting on these Welcome Wednesday calls. We will be going over the products, right? And if you have questions, feel free to ask in the group chat, right? We're here to help you. So now we're gonna shift over to HFX, right? I know a lot of people have HFX and are into that style, right? So you need to know how to use your product as well. So this is different. Now, same thing. I don't know how to get to the IM Center. You don't know how to access Hourglass. No problem. We're going to go to letslaunchu.com. We're going to click on get access now at the im.center, right? We're going to go to strategies. You're going to select HFX, and we're going to select on Hourglass, right? And now it's going to open it for us. Awesome, right? We have Cash Trap 2.0. For those of you getting on Maddie's session, Mark's session, right? You've been utilizing Cash Trap. So let's learn how to use Cash Trap on our own, right? We're looking for simple things here, right? We're looking for simple setups. All we're doing is we're saying, okay, we need at least 3 or more confirmations before we can get in a trade, right? 3 or more confirmations. So what are these 3 confirmations? Right? I'm going to break them down. Step 1, right? When you open Hourglass, we're going to look at the right-hand side. We have these pairs over here, right? They're telling us the pair USD JPY. Cool. Let's click it, right? They're giving us the type call. What is a call? A call means that we're going to buy in the market, right? A call means that we're going to be buying. Hold on one second. Sorry, guys. All right. We're coming right back. All right, drop a 3 if you're hanging out with me still. If you're still here, you're still awake, drop some 3s in the chat. Let's wake it up. I want it to be more interactive. So I'm gonna start calling on people, okay? I'm gonna start calling on people because I know a lot of people are HFX heads and I know you love this stuff. So I know you know this information. Yeah, Jimmy, you're so stupid. So drop some 3s. All right, so this is a call button, right? I was like, what? This is the call button, right? This green arrow up is the call button. So what does it do is matching this green arrow right here, right? A lot of us are using pocket options to start off. So I want to match it up so you can see what's happening, right? This means that we're buying. You're hitting that green arrow. So the green arrow is 1 point, right? Which comes along with the information in this box. That's 1 point, right? We're doing this on a 1 point system for everything. So we're getting that call set up is giving us the green arrow. That's point number 1, right? Letting us know that we're looking for a buy setup. So along with this little box, we're getting a few information, right? They're giving us the strength of the pair. So USD got a 14, JPY has a 46, right? So for those of you who don't know what USD or JPY is, once again, go back to the academy. USD is the US dollar, JPY is the Japanese yen. So right now it's letting us know that the strength of the US dollar is weaker than the Japanese yen, right? So normally that means that the US dollar is going down. The first pair is the one pushing the market. The first pair, the first pair is pushing the market. So if the first pair is weaker, we're kind of looking for a sell. If the first pair is stronger, you're looking more for a buy, right? But that alone does not determine if you should get in for a buy or sell. That's just something that's good to know, to be aware of. So now we have the call, right, with the arrow, that's 0.1. Now we're going to look at the chart, right? We're going to look at the chart that's on the screen. You got these bands here on the bottom, these greenish, bluish looking lines at the bottom, right? This is known as a Bollinger Band, right? It's the outside band. So if the market is by this band, we're looking for it to push up, right? So I want you to color coordinate right now. These green bands usually go with buy, the green arrow up, right? So this green band, if the candles, right, these blue and red squares, those are candlesticks. If they are by this green band, we should be looking for a buy setup. So that actually matched our buy setup before. That's another point that you can get from a band. Now, one of the bands here at the top, right, on the opposite end are the red bands. Those are for selling, right? Think about red, the market going down, right? So right now we got a red arrow, which I want to point out. That's because every 5 minutes, these setups change. So it hit the 5-minute mark. We have an updated setup entry. And so now the US JPY is no longer buying like it was before. It is now selling, right? So but I'm going to keep it with the green just so that you can see the matchup, right? So you got the arrow, that's 0.1. The bands could be a second point, right? If we're looking for a buy, we want them down here at the green band, right? You want them down here for the green band. Now to match those buys, you have something over here, these Bs, right? These Bs stand for buy. So if you get a B down here that matches up with this arrow and matches up with the band, that would give you a third confirmation, right? We would want a B to appear here just to symbolize buy, and it is also in green, right? Another buy confirmation would be these two over here. You have the stochastic and the RSI, right? So what we're looking for is the market to be below these green dashes, these green lines, and you want it to cross up like what it's doing now. You see the setup that we have the RSI and the stochastic doing right now is giving us the confirmation for the buy, right? It is crossing up, right? That is the best, right? When it's crossing up, right? Those are great indications. So that's what we're looking for, right? We're looking for everything to match up. So far we have 1 point if we have an arrow, right? You can get 1 point depending if the market is by the bands to match the arrow, right? You can get another point for a B to appear there for the buy. You can get a point for the RSI if it's crossing up the green line. You can get a point for the stochastic when it's crossing up the green line at the bottom, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can also get it for, there's these dashes over here, right? At the bottom, they're also green. It's like a support and resistance. Once again, if you don't know what support or resistance is, I need you to go back to your academy. Watch the video, come back and ask questions on the next session, right? Come back and ask questions on our live trading sessions, which we will be doing tomorrow, HFX style, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then you have something else here, right? This is the EMA line, right? So if this is above the candles like it is right now, it's giving us sell indications. Now, if this red line over here that's dotted, right? I'm gonna highlight it for you, right? If this red line over here was below all the candles, meaning it was placed under, like here, right? Then it would tell us that the market is more in a buying setting, right? But you do not need all confirmations to enter the trade. You do not need all confirmations to enter the trade. You just need 3 or more. 3 points is good, 4 is great, 5 is amazing, and anything more than 5 is like, why are you not taking this trade, right? So let's look at this, right? We're gonna get a new setup in a minute, right? We're gonna get a new setup in a minute, but I'm going to slide over in the meantime to show you an amazing lineup, right, of what we're looking for. So in this example, let's say we would have gotten a nice green arrow. Let's get an arrow going. Let's say we got a nice green arrow right here, right? If we had a green arrow for the buy, that would have been our first point. So if everyone's focusing on this section right here, right here, you can see we would have had a green arrow right there that appeared, right? Let's say that was to happen. That would have been our first point, right? Point one. We have the B that matches up with this line right here. Awesome. Point two, right? We would have gotten this cross up that happened right here in the stochastic, right? Point three, you would have gotten this cross up over here. Point four, right? We would have got 4 points and the candles were in the band. 5 points. We would have taken this trade for 3 minutes. Now we're looking at a 5-minute chart, but we're taking the trade for 3 minutes. So this candle went up straight in a buy for a full 5 minutes, which means that within the 3 minutes that we took this trade, we should have cleared it, right? We should have cleared it. So let's go on and let's try to look for a good setup, right? Let me show you a good setup for a sell, and then we're gonna see if we can take one trade together or find one that's good, that's currently happening, right? So all you're doing is looking to see, are the greens matching up for the buy? And if you have 3 or more that match up with the buy, including getting that buy indication, right? That's awesome. If you have 3 or more setting up for the sell and you get that matchup, right? Then that's perfect, right? Here's a great one that happens earlier for that sell setup, right? So right here, let's say we would have gotten this over here, right? So if you're ready to be called on, I want you to drop a 3. I hope you're paying attention, because whatever we spoke about for the buy, we're going to be doing for the sell setup, right? So I want you to point out which confirmations we would have gotten for this setup right here, right? We would have gotten this arrow, right? Like right around here, right? We would have gotten this nice arrow here. Okay. So who's ready? Who's ready? I'm going to call on somebody, right? We're not all going to be quiet on this call. I'm not going to talk the whole time. So let's see. Okay. Muriel dropped that 3 real quick. She's saving you guys. She's saving you guys. Okay, Muriel, please. I think I can unmute you. I'm going to unmute you and give me one confirmation that you see here besides the arrow that I just put.
Okay, can you hover your cursor over the arrow you put again? Oh, okay.
Right here?
All right,
Okay.
So.
I'll put another one right over it so you can kind of see.
Okay, so it's touching the red Bollinger Band.
Okay, awesome.
Point number 2. There's a red S for sell. That's point number 3. Crossing down on, I'm not sure which one is the RSI or stochastic, but crossing down on both actually. So that's point 4 and 5. And I think that's it. That's all I see.
Okay. Does anyone see something that Muriel missed? You can drop it in the chat, or you can unmute yourself.
I see something, but I want one of the newer people to see if they spotted it out. If you can actually shrink your screen down a little bit so they can see the whole thing. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I just want to see who sees the last confirmation.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Does anyone see what Jamir's talking about, JMO?
I don't know if that's what I'm thinking, but all the way at the bottom past the S, and then when you go up under the S, it looked like a little finer line. I don't know what that is. Like go down a little bit more.
This one?
Down, go down. Is that what he's talking about?
Oh no, this is a good confirmation. Muriel pointed this out. So this would be, let me double check which one this is. So the bottom one is the RSI and the top one is the stochastic. So Muriel pointed out the RSI, the stochastic. She pointed out this S we have here. I pointed out the arrow and she pointed out the red bands. There's like one or two actually missing. Does anyone see it? If you don't see it, drop a no. Drop a no in the chat.
No, because I don't see it. No.
JMO, do you want to point out one of the ones you see?
Yeah, so earlier she stated that thicker red line up there, if you guys can see it. If you guys scroll out just a little bit more so you can kind of see the whole thing. But yeah, so that thick red line is what's called an EMA. It's a moving average line and it helps show the trend. So anytime the price is under that, we tend to look for sell signals. So since all of the price is under that, it's catering to the sell. As you guys can see, the price is dropping and it's going down in the downtrend. So anytime a sale comes up, it's a little more favorable. Like you got an extra point off top for every single sale just because it's underneath that line. So for traditional trading and for regular Forex trading, the EMA is very powerful, especially the 200 EMA, because it tends to show the direction of the trend. And we usually want to trade with the trend. The trend is your friend. The more you trade with the trend, the more higher probability trade that you take.
Awesome. And then something else that we do have too is these little support and resistance bars that you see, these red lines, these are little support and resistance areas. So we also got one here. One thing I didn't fully highlight earlier, which is coming into play right now, is that the bands have a middle point, right? So these bands that you see in the middle here are the halfway point. And so the candles can still bounce off of it like this trade, right? This trade setup was perfect. Right, it's pretty much very similar to the one that we just highlighted, except instead of it happening on the outside bands, it happened here. So just so you understand, you're aware, when the market is at the outer bands, right, it pushing back down or pushing up is much stronger, right, than it happening from the middle section. However, it's still respecting the trend. So the more you go through these videos and understand, how the market moves, this will make sense. But the middle bands are another place where the market can bounce back, which is why we're getting this sell arrow, right? So we had this, okay, cool. We had this selling arrow right here, which would have been 1 point. The candle is in these middle bands, right? For me, I like to wait for the trades to be more on the outside. But look, we need 3 or more confirmations. So even if you don't use that band as a confirmation, we have so much other ones, right? You got this arrow right here. Does anyone want to unmute themselves and point out another confirmation they see? Don't jump all at once.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know this is what's going to make you the money. So if you don't understand, you might as well just say you don't understand. And if you do understand, definitely participate and get your reps in, get your practice in, because literally this one strategy can make you a ton of money.
Yes, we got the RSI going down.
I'm gonna have to make me a kindergarten chart with this one. I understand the other one quicker than this one. I'm gonna make me a kindergarten chart of this.
We got the RSI here going down, right? And so the same thing with the stochastic, right? We're looking for the same movement right here, right? So we got the arrow so far, we got the stochastic and the RSI. That's 3. That's good enough to take the trade, right?
That's what the green bees mean, right?
You said what?
For the buy, when you're talking about like for the buy, you got like the green bee right lining up up under that arrow down by the RSI.
So the green B, we wouldn't have counted it for this. This one kind of lined up with the previous setup that they had, but it's still it did push in a buy, but we didn't have enough confirmations to take it for a buy because the market was high, right? The goal here is to sell high, buy low. So this wouldn't have went into effect. So we wouldn't even have taken the trade then. We would have just waited. So that's the thing. If you don't see 3 or more confirmations that make sense for the trade, don't take it, right? Sit on your hands, because that's when you're just trading and you're trying to create something or see something that's not there, and you're going to end up losing money. So this setup is much better than the previous one. So yeah, this buy setup set before, but it wasn't really for it. But the market being up high at these red RSI and stochastic lines, indicating that sell, matches the arrow, right? We got the EMA line. Thank you, T, for pointing that out, right? We got it still above all the candles. So this is confirming that the market is still in a selling position, right? Because all these candles are under this line up here. So that gives us 4 confirmations, right? And then it is by the middle Bollinger Bands. You could even say, you know, it's by this kind of support line that's happening here. So remember, this trade at this point, it was put out 5 minutes ago. So had we entered when the arrow first popped up, we would have been in profit because we would be below that entry, right? We would be below that entry. And so as soon as you see those 3 confirmations, right, this entry number is really also ultimately helping you to make sure you enter at that point. So 108,479 should have been right where that arrow kind of was called, right? It would have been right there, which is pretty much where the arrow is. And so that's just letting you know, like, this is where you need to enter. Now, had we seen the confirmations and entered, right, the market ended up closing down here, we were straight, right? You would have been able to make your profit. So remember that when a setup comes out, you got to switch over to your pocket option. You got to go here and click USDJPY. You got to look at the setup and you got to hit that one was for a sell, right? So you got to hit the put, right? Think about put it down, call up. You're going to hit that red down arrow and make sure your time is right. Make sure your value amount is correct, right? You can only trade money that you have already in your account. Example, if I'm going to take this trade, I have to make sure I have $15 or more in the account, or I can't take the trade, right? But we also need to practice proper risk management. So before we head out, remember, once again, everything here is in the Discord. So if you want the score in 24, make sure you're in the inner circle, right? This will also be added to our Discord. But if you click on score in 24, it's going to bring you to the HFX compound plan, right? The HFX compound plan. So what's going to happen here is you're going to download it and save it to your desktop, right? Download it and save it to your desktop so that now you can enter in your amounts, right? So it's going to give you how to use this plan. It's going to break it down for you step-by-step how this plan is used. You have a 6-month goal sheet you can put here, and then you can, you know, break it down more. So I'm going to explain it to you. Let's say we all started with $100, right? $100. So in 6 months, let's scroll down. In 6 months, we should have 1,000. We should have made about 1,132. That's still sitting in our account. This specific plan is letting you know when you can withdraw. So you would have withdrew in a total of 90 days, $2,167, right? So that's one way you can do that, right? So it's letting you know after a certain amount, now you can start withdrawing. So I get that some of you want to be able to withdraw all the time, right? There's different ways to compound your money. I'm going to show you one of 2 things that you can do, but there's so many different ways. But you also want to think long-term, right? You want to compound your money long-term so you can get it to an account size where you can now trade much more comfortably and still be able to withdraw and make whatever it is that you want, right? But remember, patience and that discipline is going to count, right? You got to show that you can handle $1 million account. You got to show that you can be capable of having $1 million account. And it starts with growing something small and being consistent and being disciplined. So this part of my plan is my favorite, right? Because it's going to do everything for you. If you don't know how to calculate your risk, you don't know how much each trade should be, we're going to do that here, right? So we're going to say we're starting with that same $100, right? We're going to pick our risk per trade, right? Your risk per trade should be 1 to 3%, which is 1 to 3% of your entire account. So let's say we're risking 2% on this one trade, right? Per trade on for this session. So our daily session goal is going to be 5 to 8%. If your daily session goal is 5%, you're looking to risk $2 for each trade. So what that means is we're going to go here, we're going to go to pocket option, and our first trade amount is going to be $2, right? $2. Oh, look, we won the other trade, $2. Why? Because if I take this trade for $2 and I lose the trade, I now lost that 2% I was risking per trade. But what's going to happen is if I win that trade, I'm going to win a certain percentage rate. Oh, you don't see that screen? That's weird. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Okay, can you see the screen now? Drop a 3 if you can see my screen. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. So what's happening here is you're going to be downloading this from Discord, right? I'll be redropping it at the end so everyone can get access, but I just want to walk you through this briefly. It's going to explain how this compound plan is used. This is the 6-month compound plan. Once you download it and save it to your desktop, you can manipulate it, right? So I'm doing 100 because not everyone is coming in with 500, 1,000, whatever. So I want to put something that the average person can come in with and still be able to grow and see some growth, right? But if you wanted to start with 500, you can definitely put $500 in, and it's going to tell you in 6 months, right? We slide to the bottom, you would have withdrawn a little over $10,000, but your trading account will still have about $5,000 inside. And it's letting you know at each monthly point how much you are withdrawing. So we're going to go to the next tab, which is going to break down everything. If you were to start a trading account with $100, right, you're risking 2% per trade, right? So if you're risking 3%, you would just change it and it's going to calculate everything. If you're going to make 8% and not 5% for this trade session, it's going to recalculate it. So now it's letting us know how much we're risking on this trade amount. So what's going to happen is we're going to go into pocket option and we're going to put $3, right? What does that mean? That means that if I lose this trade, I'm going to lose $3. But if I win this trade, I'm going to win a certain amount, right? And so before you get there, you have to understand that we're risking 3 per trade, but we're expecting to make $8 in our entire trade session. So no matter what, after this session, I need to make $8, right? My trade percent payout that I'm trying to take is 70%. So if you've been on any Go Live sessions, they always say, right, try to take a trade that's 70% or higher. So 70% at minimum is what you're looking for. If you take a trade that's 85%, awesome, you're going to make more money. But what you know now, right, it's calculating for you that all you need to do is take about 5 trades, right? If you take 5 trades at 70% payout or higher, you will be able to make $8 in your session, right? And if you've gotten on Go Live, they've all calling out at least 5 trades, or within a day. If you get on multiple sessions, you can definitely take about 5 trades and win. And if you learn how to use Cash Trap on your own, you can come in throughout the day and take your 5 trades on your own. But at the end of the day, you're going to end up with $108. Now, let's say you only took 4 trades and you just happen to only make 104. No problem. It's going to populate how much you need to make for the next week, right? You can go in and change your risk percentage. You can change your daily goal percentage, and it's going to recalculate how much you're risking on your next trade, how much you're expecting to make, right? Maybe we're looking to do only trades with 80% payout. Cool, no problem. We're only taking 4 trades this time. But what happens if I lost a trade? This is very important. Sometimes we keep trading because we don't really know when we need to stop. We haven't put in our brain what that number looks like. This does that. And this is why I love this compound plan, right? If you lose a certain amount of trades, right, which is about 5% of your account, right? If you lose about 5% of your trade account that you started with, which was $100, and you end up at $95, you need to stop trading. So if you've lost 2-3 trades, you should be out. You're going to sit on your hands, or you're going to wait for a new trade session, or you're going to wait for a new trading day, right? A new trading day. This is really, really important, right? Really, really important. And so this is going to help you become an amazing trader. I've seen people compound to crazy numbers, to thousands in just a few months, right? But all it takes is discipline. All it takes is discipline, and you're going to go in and you're going to be able to just update it every day, right? You're not always going to make the same amount, but make sure that you're documenting it. Let's say you accidentally made more, cool, no problem. It's going to recalculate that for you, but it's also going to help you stay on point. Make sure that you continue to use your trading journal, right? Write down all the trades you're taking, why you're taking it, right? And the confirmations you're seeing. Try to understand It's in a Google Drive folder for people who sent it from Muriel. It's currently in the Discord in the inner circle. It should be in ours as well. We'll make sure to redrop it. I'll make sure to redrop it for you guys in Trade Talk right after this call, just so that you can have re-access and we can resave it. And make sure you save it to your desktop. Otherwise, you will not be able to change the numbers around to make it fit your numbers. But this is very simple, right? Start right now. What you need to do is start making sure that you know what the confirmations are and what you're looking for, so that we can go in and we can take these trades, right? So we can go in and be able to input them. So this is it for today. If anyone has any questions, right, you feel free to drop them now. It's now or never. It's now or tomorrow, because tomorrow, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing some HFX live trading. Yes, we walk you through what we see. We're going to call out trades. You're going to be able to take live trades with us. So this right here is for you to understand what we're looking for. In order for you to be able to trade on your own, you need to start understanding, you know, what those confirmations are, when you should wait for a trade, when you shouldn't. And we're going to do a lot of that tomorrow. Today, I just want you to know where to find the products and literally how to use them, right? So I hope that helped you. Thank you so much, JMO, for helping me with this call, for welcoming everyone. I truly appreciate all you do for this team. Shout out to Rhonda for putting an amazing schedule for everybody and making sure that you guys have everything you need to go next level. So make sure to drop some fire in the chat, some sevens, right? Take a picture of this, record, tag myself, tag Rhonda, tag JMO. Guys, drop your Instagram in the chat, right? Let everyone know what you're doing. Let them know that you're learning, that you're growing, and that you're getting closer to your plan. This compound plan, these sessions, asking questions, staying plugged in Discord is very important for your growth. I don't know how many times we need to tell you this. And I did a disservice for myself when I didn't ask questions early on and I didn't get on calls. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. So I want to thank you all so much. Yes, add JMO on YouTube, subscribe to his channel, right? Subscribe to my channel. Everybody drop your stuff. I'm gonna give you guys time to screenshot everyone's follow information. As a matter of fact, let's go and drop that in the compound, right? Everyone go and Trade Talk and Compound and drop your handles, drop your YouTube, go
Not in Trade Talk.
drop it. You said what?
Not in Trade Talk.
In compound. In compound, right? Drop all that information. If you have a trade question, ask that in Trade Talk. But drop all your stuff in compound. That is it for tonight. Have a great night, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the trade session. Do not forget, we do this for you. So be there or don't make money. I don't know, but have a good night.